I don't do these things. I'm always out to help people. I have an attitude problem. I might yell at you, but I'm never going to hurt you.
You have a temper?
Yeah, but I don't hurt people because it sounds like I'm making it up. It really does. It sounds like I'm a psychotic, paranoid, schizophrenic, drug addict that doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And that's exactly what it sounds like right now.
On June 20th, 2015, deputies responded to a report that shots had been fired in a Pensacola, Florida neighborhood. When they arrived on scene, 33-year-old Frances Deacon claimed that she had just defended herself from her boyfriend and they could find his body lying on her bedroom floor. When they asked her what had happened, she told them that he had been coming after her with a knife, so she shot him 5 times. The deputies noticed that her boyfriend did in fact own a knife, but it was still in its sheath attached to his belt.
Oh my God, I'm not even trying to break out. I'm not crazy.
I didn't think you were crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm not going to hurt nobody.
I understand.
Hi, Francis. Hi. I'm Investigator Ward. This is Investigator Coxwell. Can you sit up and speak with me? I'm going to have you. Before we start talking, I have to read a rights waiver to you, and I just want you to acknowledge that you understand each one as I go through them, okay? And then if you wish to speak with us, you can sign the form.
Francis, obviously something happened in the house today, so we're trying to get a handle on what exactly happened.
Make sense of it.
Okay. You want to talk to us?
I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm just tired.
Yeah, we all are tired.
I'm upset. I can't believe this happened. I can't believe I did that.
You can't believe you did that?
No, but I mean, he was about to say he was pulling his knife out.
What kind of knife?
And he told me that, I don't know, the one on his side.
Like a pocket knife or a butcher knife?
He has many different kinds. I'm not sure which one that one was this time, but I think it was just a brown-handled one, like a wooden brown handle. And I was like, yeah.
Who is this guy?
This guy is Easy.
What?
Easy.
Easy?
Jerry Elder, whatever.
Jerry Eldridge?
Elder?
Elder?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is he in relation to you?
He was my ex.
Were you living together at the time, or just ex?
No, he just came over and was chilling, and everything was fine. And then I started, and then today, we got into it, and he told me that he was gonna. He can't have me, no one can, and this kind of shit like that. And I was just like, no, dude.
Under Section 776 of Florida's Stand Your Ground law, a person is justified in using deadly force if they believe that such force is necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm. In this case, defending against a person attacking with a knife would fall under self-defense. The only problem is, when there are no witnesses or video footage of the incident, detectives must rely on crime scene evidence and the testimony of the person being attacked.
What time did this all start? Is that the scratches on your arm? Is that from this incident? Okay. What time did it start?
It was, I don't know.
Nobody's saying you're in trouble, dear.
No, I knew. Because I knew I was going to be in trouble. Because, I had to shot somebody.
Do you need an ambulance?
No.
You sure?
No. Earlier, I was scared to death. I didn't know what to do. God damn, I didn't know what to do.
You're saying earlier, you're talking lunchtime, you're talking early this morning?
Yeah, like maybe 1, 2, or 2. I don't know, maybe it was 2.
2 o'clock this afternoon?
He was there in the room for a couple of hours. I don't know what to do.
After Frances took her boyfriend's life, she barricaded him into her bedroom, then waited several hours to call the police.
Did he cut you at all with that knife? Or?
No, he didn't. He couldn't get near me.
Okay. How were you able to keep him away? Other than, you had a gun at one point, but when did that happen?
What do you mean, when did that happen?
The gun.
When he started to come after me, when he had this knife, when he reached for his knife, I just did it. And he got mad at me because I said, I need to know where my daughter is. I can't get a hold of her, and I need to get a hold of her. I can't get a hold of my mom, and I can't get a hold of my brother. What is going on? I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Why would he be upset with you if you can't get a hold
So I
of him?
yelled at him. Because I yelled at him because
Okay.
I was yelling at him.
I want to know if he hurt you and you were protecting yourself. I need to know that. Okay?
He didn't hurt me. He didn't get to.
But he was coming after you with a knife.
He was reaching for his knife, yes.
Okay.
Now her story has changed to he was reaching for his knife instead of he was coming at me with a knife. This is a big difference. At first, Frances created a narrative where a very violent man was holding a knife and threatening to take her life, but now that same man wasn't actually holding a knife and he doesn't have a violent history.
The whole situation is just pretty much that I like to just talk to you when I'm not like this.
I know.
It's my
I know.
fault either way it goes.
Well, if you're defending yourself, no. You have every right to defend yourself if somebody's coming after you. What made you think he was going to go for the knife?
When he put his hand down and went to do it.
Or
Have
come
you
out?
talked to my mom?
Hmm?
Has anybody talked to my mom?
Have you talked to your mom yet?
No.
No? What's her name?
Have you guys talked to her?
I don't know. I just got here. They called me in to come in and talk to you. So I don't know who anybody's talked to yet, but I can call your mom if you want me to and tell her what's going on. And then maybe give the phone to you and you can have a conversation with her. You want to?
The detective allows Frances to call her mother while they wait for medical assistance to arrive. What's interesting is that nothing is really said between mother and daughter about the incident itself until after the detective re-enters the room. Suddenly, Frances begins talking loudly about what had happened to her.
Francis, I'll let you call her back. They're here to check you out real quick, okay?
He just told me that he's gonna kill me and that if he can't have me, no one else can. And then he put his hand up on the side by his knife. And I just automatically, I guess, reacted. Took the gun and shot him. And I don't know how many times I did it, but oh God, it's horrible. This is horrible, dude. No, I don't know. Plus, man, I'm scared to death of these people. All they do is taunt me. I know, it's not my fault. I mean, it's not your fault. And I'm not a prostitute, because I heard someone say something about that, and I'm not.
Oh, no.
I've never done that. I mean, it may look like that, but that is not what it is. And me being with that guy made it look like I was also.
Who had said that?
Where?
That you were a prostitute.
Oh, I don't know. Nobody said that.
After she was taken to the hospital, the doctors ran some tests and they told police that nothing in her body should be making her drowsy, and they believed it was all an act. Frances did admit to being a longtime meth addict, and police found evidence in her home that she had just used recently. After Frances was cleared, the police allowed her to go home and rest, and they told her to come back in 2 days to give her official statement.
Hey, remember Investigator Coxwell from the other night? Okay.
Kind of.
Somewhat.
Not really.
All right, we're going to start back over with this again. The rights that I read to you the other night, I'm just going to reread them to you, okay? And I just want you to acknowledge each one as I read them. And then if you're okay with that, you'll just sign right here, okay? If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer will be appointed for you without cost or questioning. Do you understand? Okay?
So should I get one?
That's up to you. We're just trying to figure out what happened the other night.
I mean, I don't think I should need one, but I mean, I don't know.
The answer is you should always have a lawyer present when talking with the police about a crime, even if you are innocent. Detectives are trained to obtain confessions and look for inconsistencies, so even if you are innocent, they can use inconsistencies in your statements against you.
Start from where?
From the beginning.
Of him and I?
Well, yeah,
Or of that night?
Just him and you. Tell us about the relationship.
Throughout the relationship, it's been on and off because he scares the shit out of me. And the reason people always ask, well, why do you go back? The reason I go back is because I feel like there's something that I need to know. I need to find out what it was that he was up to all the time. You know, like why he was lying about this, why he was lying about that. When you catch him doing something, how come he lied and you just plainly see him? Why are weird things happening around me? Why does he say he makes keys to people's houses and goes and breaks into their houses? Why does he say that he's murdering? Why did he ask me if I like to role play as dogs? And
Almost immediately, Frances begins talking negatively about her boyfriend. Her goal is to show the detectives that he was a sick and twisted person, so she will look more like a victim and her shooting would be justified. If someone told you they killed a pastor of a church who was a good person and always strived to help those around him, that would probably shock you and make you angry. But what if that same person told you they killed a violent criminal who was a danger to society?
So anyways, it was on and off, on and on and off. And I didn't want to believe anybody could be that evil. But then other people have told me he does these things. They've confirmed it. And again, me being me, I don't want to believe that anybody's that up. Like, no, I care about them. So I'm always like, oh, that's bullshit. And then I started to shoot up drugs with him. He's the first person I ever did it with. Never done it. He gave it to me, and he would shoot me up. He wouldn't let me do it myself. And he would shoot me up so much that I was so high, you know? Like, I was in my bedroom and I would just be so high. And then all the things that he was telling me all the time, it would get to me, and then I would wonder, you know, is he really doing all these weird things, like, that he says he does to people, and he told me he was a part of the Outlaws, and they killed his ex-wife, and...
So if we are to believe Frances, she meets a guy who claims he is a violent gang member who has murdered people in the past, and he makes her do things she doesn't want to do, and instead of calling the police or leaving him, she decides that she wants to stay with him because she is curious to see if he really is a violent person.
That, just a whole bunch of things. And then anyways, so I'm so high in my room, I don't know, you know, so there's things going on around the house. Things start missing. Odd things, just noises around the house that aren't never used to be there. He knows every word I'm saying when I'm on the phone with somebody else, like he has my phone's hacked or something. He repeats word for word things that I've said that nobody else has ever said. You know, he told me that if he can't have me, nobody can. He's threatened my whole family. Things like that. Like, he's been around a lot of my friends. And a lot of my friends know that I have this feeling towards him. So, anyway, that night, he came over. He stayed. And I told him I was worried about justice because that night, I heard a whole bunch of rustling outside, and I was sitting outside. I was at the house with my friend Nikki. And I heard people ranting and raving over here, and then I heard another lady over here saying, "Look at her, leave her alone. She's scared, leave her alone." And it sounded like my aunt or somebody. And then his voice, now my friend said she was on the phone with him. That was his answering machine. He doesn't have an answering machine. It's a girl, and it says you can't leave a message. And what I heard was him saying, "She can't do nothing. She can't call the police because I am the fucking police. And I'll split you where you sit. You better not move." I couldn't see it, but I could hear him over here by the black people that are at the corner. And they're laughing. They're joking. "Oh, look at this girl. She's crazy, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Nikki, you know you heard that." And she was like, "Yeah, but that was the answer machine. That was the voicemail." And I said, "No, it wasn't." I said, "It's not his voicemail. He doesn't have a voicemail. It's a lady that he has a voicemail. It's not that." I was like, "I don't know why you're lying or sticking up for him, but yeah, you know that's not. Why would he say that? Why would he say that on his voicemail if that was his voicemail? I'm the cops, blah, blah, blah." You know what I'm saying? Why? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't.
Some of the long-term effects of using meth are violent behavior, paranoia, and hallucinations. We can see that Frances is very paranoid, to the point that she believes some of the things she claims she has seen or heard. She is so paranoid, in fact, that she bought a handgun because she believed the police were trying to kill her.
So, anyways, I asked her to go home because I was like, I don't know what's going on, because I'm starting to freak out because I'm hearing these things going on outside. And it's starting to freak me out because I can't get a hold of my daughter. I don't know where she is. Still haven't been able to get a hold of her. And now, at this point, and then he comes over, and I make him leave that night too. That night, he comes over, he pushes my air conditioner in, and goes in the house, because he said I locked my keys out. Okay, well then, he comes in, he opens the door, lets me in. Then, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm crying and I'm freaking out, and he's in the bedroom, and I walk in there and he's jerking off, and I'm like, "What are you doing, Easy? Like, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Nothing, hun." And I just sat back down on the couch, and then he went to the bathroom. And he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go to the store." And I was like, "Okay." So when he went out to the store, I watched him go to his car or whatever, and there was this little blonde girl that got in the car. He refuses to say that that's really what happened, but it is. The little blonde girl got in the car with him when he left. And I was like, whatever. And I shut the door. And I went and I lay down on the couch. And when he came back, I told him to leave. I wanted to go to sleep. Because I didn't know what was going on. I needed to go to sleep. Just leave me alone. I need to go to sleep. So he left. I guess it was like 3 in the morning or something. I'm not sure. Because that's what time I called my little brother. 3 o'clock, because I was freaking out. And because I didn't know what was going on around the house. Like I said, these things have happened. Weird things like this go on since he's been around. And if he's part of all that fucking wacko shit that these people do, that I'm being told that this is what the outlaws do, they do all this shit to them, then, you know, anyway. So the next night, me being me, I wanted to be like, okay, I don't want to believe any of this bad stuff because I don't think people can be that fucking bad, that evil. And then, like, just whatever. Anyways, and then he came over, and we sat there, and we were fine. And we just went to sleep. And we woke up the next day, and then I told him, I said, look, I can't get a hold of Justice. I don't know what's going on. He was like, you're fucking crazy, you know that? He was like, you're fucking crazy. He was like, you are crazy just like everyone says you are. He was like, you need to stop tripping. You need to sit down and just stop tripping. And I was like, listen, I don't know where my daughter is, and it's freaking me out, okay? Like, what the hell? And I was like, I want you to leave, and I mean you can't see each other anymore, and you're not even, like, this stuff's been going on ever since I've been with you. I can't see you anymore, Easy. You can't come around anymore because I don't know what's going on, and it happens every time you're around. I said, when you were locked up for a month, I had none of these problems. I had nothing going on around me. And now that you're back out, all this weird shit's happening again, and I don't know what's going on. And I can't be with you anymore. You have to leave. And then he's like, I'm not leaving. He was like, I'll kill you and your whole family. And he grabs my arm. And I yanked back off of him, and that's when he reached for the knife, and I had my gun in my purse right there. And then I just started shooting him. And then and I don't know how many times I did it, but I did. And I shot him, and then he ran in my room and fell on the floor behind the door. And that's it.
There are several issues with Frances's story. Her boyfriend's knife was securely sheathed on his belt. She waited over 5 hours to call the police after the incident, and her boyfriend did not have a history of violence against her.
Okay.
And I don't know. I don't know if he was alive. I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
So, when he grabbed your arm, he grabbed it while you guys were standing. Where were you at?
In the living room.
Okay. Where were you
by
standing?
the couch, like, I don't know. I don't remember. I think I was by the door. He was right here.
By the front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And he was standing in front of you?
Like right over here, yeah. Like here's my TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's my door. And he was here, and I was by the door. And then I yanked away from him, and I went towards the door, and then that's where my purse was, and that's when I grabbed my thing, and I just shot him.
Where was your purse sitting?
On the couch.
On the couch? Yeah. Was it like on the couch part where you sit on? Or was it like on an arm of the couch? On the couch itself? Okay.
Like the one that, the couch that's right here.
Okay.
There's a couch by the door, and there's a couch in the dining room, or whatever that is. But it was over here.
So he grabbed this arm?
Yeah.
With his right hand, or?
I don't know.
You don't know?
He grabbed my arm, and I just janked it when he did that. I guess that's probably why. Anyways, but yeah, and then I took my arm away from him, and then he reached for his knife, and then I just started shooting.
Did he get the knife out? Was he able to actually get it out?
I have no idea.
And point it, or was it just?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't remember. Like I said, it just happened so fast. I have no idea. And then I don't know.
And you don't remember how many times you shot?
I just shot.
You just pulled it.
Yeah. I just shot it. Because he always told me that if anybody ever pulled a gun on him, that they better kill him because the last person that didn't, and they're dead.
Okay.
So I was scared that if I didn't shoot him, that many times that he would be back alive and he would kill me, like he said he was going to do, and my whole family, you know. So I just did what I don't know. I just kept shooting it, you know. I don't know.
Do you remember where you might have hit him on his body?
I don't. His hand was bleeding at one point. I don't know if it was his arm or his finger. I don't know.
Was that right away, or was that?
I think so.
Okay. And then he went back into the
room
bedroom?
and lay down on the floor.
Okay. Did you look in at him? Did you go in the room at all?
I looked in after a while. I looked in at him. Yeah, of course, naturally.
What do you mean after a while?
I looked when he wasn't moving or anything. I looked in and that was it.
Did you ever go into the room?
No.
After he was laying there, you never went
No.
back into the room?
I went into the room to get shoes or something, and then I sat on the couch for a while. I sat there for
And listen, Francis.
for a
Listen,
long time.
I know. And we know this, okay? But we don't hold it against you for being freaked out about what to do. How long but after you shot him that you called the police?
I have
And
no
that,
idea.
like I said,
I don't know.
I mean,
I have no idea how long.
was it hours?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I have no idea.
Do you know what time you guys started to argue about what time that was?
No idea. I really have no idea. I can't even begin to tell you when. I have no idea. I just had. I don't know what to do.
And I spoke with Susan this morning, okay?
Yeah.
And when you went over there and spoke with her, was he already in there, Dad?
Yeah.
He was. So that was right around 4:45 that she said you came over right after she got home from work.
I don't know. I don't know what time it was.
She said that you looked like you wanted to ask her for help, but you didn't know, and you just kind of
Yeah.
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But he was already inside, and you just were...
Yeah.
Okay.
The detectives need to find out if she took his life because she was truly scared for her own life, or were they both high on meth and she took his life in a fit of paranoia and rage.
This is from one of the times that he gave me a shot and my arm, like, blew up so big, and he refused to come and help me. He told me to go to the hospital, or he told me not to go to the hospital because I was going to get in trouble. And I'm like, my arm is as big as my leg. You
When
know?
did that happen?
That was like, okay, it's been a year that I started shooting in June. So it had to have been last year sometime. He refused to let me go to the hospital. He didn't even come and help me. I was scared to death at the time. I told my mom it was a bug bite because I didn't want her to know that I was doing that. And he didn't want me to tell her that he was the one that did it. And he's like, I wish you. And then finally I did tell her. And he was like, I wish you wouldn't have done that. And I'm like, why? And like, it was kind of like a threat type the situation, the way he said it. I really wish you wouldn't have done that. And then there was a time where I refused to buy him any Sudafed. And he freaked out on me in the car. And he was like, what the f***, Frankie? Why the f*** won't you do this? He's like, I'm getting sick to my stomach. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be involved in this shit anymore. I was like, I'm done with it. I was like, I don't know what the f*** is going on. Everybody's getting in trouble. I don't want nothing to do with this shit no more. And he f***ing yelled at me and screamed at me because I wouldn't get him a box. And just, Anyways, I don't know.
So when you went into the room, you said you went to get like maybe a pair of shoes or something like that?
Yeah, I got my sandals.
Okay. Did you take the gun in there with you?
No.
You didn't? You left it out in the living room?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that bedroom, you never had the gun. Nothing ever happened in that bedroom that you guys, maybe he came to and you freaked out and shot him again or anything like that?
No.
Okay. And did you ever shoot anything in the hallway area?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
Well, that's where, maybe, because he was going that way towards the bedroom, yeah.
Okay. Was he backing up, or what? Did he turn and run? Did he just walk, or back up, or how did
He turned around and walked away. And I just still kept...
You just kept on shooting?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
Francis claims that she kept shooting even after his back was turned and he was attempting to escape. The detectives already knew this because of the bullet exit wounds on his chest. This shows them that not only did he not have a knife in his hand, he was trying to run away from her when he was shot.
Okay, but you never entered the room and shot at him while in the bedroom?
Well, when he was, no.
Okay.
No, when he was on the floor in the room, when I opened the door, he was already down there.
Okay.
On the ground.
Was he moving at all?
I don't think so. I don't know.
What did he say to you?
Nothing.
After you shot, he didn't say anything?
He didn't yell at you and say anything?
He said,
Like, you stupid bitch, or anything like that? Like, you know, why you shooting me, or
he said, what was that?
what was that?
Yeah.
So when you went into the bedroom, you saw him.
This was later. I went into the room.
How long do you think after the shooting did you go in that bedroom?
I don't know. Wow. A little while. Because I was scared and I couldn't find my shoes and I didn't know what to do.
Calling 911 didn't cross your mind at that point?
I did.
Why didn't you call?
But I was scared because I didn't know what to do about any of it. I don't know
How
if it
long
was
have you
true.
been on and off drugs? How long have you been, like, dabbling in?
Probably about a year.
Just a year? You haven't done them prior to that?
I mean, I did them, but I wasn't doing them the way that I was. I never shot them up in my body. I never felt that way. Like, I never had, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's completely different. And he was giving me almost a half of a gram, and I didn't know that. I mean, there was times where I was high for 4 days.
What did you do prior to?
I would just snort.
Just
every
snort
once in a while
cocaine?
and smoke weed. No. Meth.
Meth?
Yeah.
Okay. But you just did it, like, minor. You
Yeah.
didn't do it to the extent that you're doing it for the past year.
Exactly. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Exactly. And I never shot anything up in my entire life. But
Now, I guess this will be the question of the year. Why would you stay with this guy?
I knew you guys
And why
would
would
ask that.
you invite him over
Because-
after all the stuff?
like I said, I wanted to know. I wanted to know if there was something. I wanted to know if it was just me. I wanted to believe it wasn't just me. Put it that way. I wanted my big heart to I have a big heart. I always accept people no matter what they have done, you know? But I always had this feeling with him, and maybe I wanted to know by myself. I wanted to know on my own. Like, what it was he was actually, you know, what he was actually about. I don't know. I loved him, but I don't know.
How long y'all been together?
On and off for about a year.
Have you ever lived together?
No.
No?
Well, yeah, in the beginning for like 5 seconds because my mom kicked me out.
What's 5 seconds?
My mom kicked me out when I first met Easy, and I moved into the house off of Gonzalez and I don't know, Gonzalez across the street from my house. And his girlfriend that he had then disappeared. She vanished. I have no idea where the hell she disappeared to.
It would appear that Frances was extremely paranoid, and she began to believe that everyone was out to get her. She believed that her phones were tapped, and her every move was being watched. It got to the point that she believed her boyfriend was in on it, and that he had something to do with her missing daughter. If she really believed that he took her daughter, this could have been the reason she decided to take his life.
And that's why I yelled at him, and I told him he needed to come fix my air conditioner, because I was like, I can't, I was scared I didn't want my air conditioner in my window anymore, because by myself, my mom wasn't there, and I wanted to pull it in. Well, when I went to go pull the air conditioner in, I couldn't get the window up. I'm like, Easy, why the hell would you do that? It makes no sense. Why would you screw screws in a window to not be able to open the window or move it at all?
Maybe to keep somebody out.
But not if you can't keep somebody out if the air conditioner's in it and not in it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's why I told him to fix it. We sat on the couch and I told him we were just talking about me being scared about what was going on around me and that I just kind of couldn't do this anymore. And then he asked me if I wanted to do a shot, and I was like, no, I'm scared too. And he did one, and then I did, but I didn't do a lot because I was scared.
The shot of meth?
Yeah, I did. I didn't even put it in my arm. Like I put it in and I put the blood in and I squirted it in the kitchen sink. Made him think that I did it.
So you didn't get high?
No. Because I was scared of what was in it. Because I'm scared of what was in it. Because I'm scared of what the hell these people are doing to me. That's when I was like, he was like, That's when all the rest of it happened. Was when I told him, I can't do this anymore. I don't know what's going on with my, what's going on. Weird shit goes on around me when you're around. Nothing ever happens when you're not here. I said, you've been gone for a month and none of this shit's been going on. And I said, I know you were over there the other night, and he was like, that wasn't me. You're crazy. And that's when I started saying all that crazy, like I'm crazy, this, that, and the other thing. And, and I said, well, I can't be with you anymore. You have to leave. And he said, well, no, I can't have you know you can. And then he grabbed my arm and told me, I'll kill you and your whole family or whatever. And then I switched away from him, got my gun, and then...
Did he say anything to you after you got the gun? Did he you won't shoot me or anything like that?
He said, what was that?
Back it up? Did he back up or anything at that point?
No.
He just...
I shot him.
Okay. You shot him once?
I shot him, and then he
walked
went
around?
The bed. He turned around to the bedroom, and then I shot him, and shot him.
Okay.
And I don't know.
When you shot him, was he on the couch or was he standing up in front of you?
He was standing up.
What Frances hasn't told them is that after he was down, she shot him again just to make sure he was really dead. Shooting a threat that is retreating or one that is lying on the ground not moving is not self-defense.
And that was it.
And how many times do you think you shot him while he was on the ground?
I only did it once. Once, because I had to make sure he was dead.
Did you look at him when you were shooting him, or?
No, I just did it.
Did you peek your head in around the door and do it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So a little bit of your top part of your body was through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was enough room for you to do it.
Okay.
But I didn't go all the way in, no. Not then. But, yeah.
Okay, so after that happens...
I go in the living room.
Okay, you go in the living room. What'd you do?
I freak out.
Okay. What'd you do?
I cried a lot.
Okay.
I walked around pacing.
The house?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go outside?
I did.
What'd you do?
Sat on the porch, let the dog out.
When was the last time that you did meth?
Not too long ago.
That's subjective. I mean, was it Thursday night or Friday night when he picked you up? Was it?
No, it was before then. It was, Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday. Did
Wednesday.
you do it with him or did you do it by yourself?
No, I didn't do it with him. No, we did it. No, I don't think we did it with him. I think I did it with... I don't remember. Hold on, you gotta give me a second.
You're not going to get somebody in trouble. We're not worried about that. We
No,
just want to know when
I'm
the
just
last
trying to
time
remember
you
the
did.
last time I did it. Yeah, I was at my cousin's. Or I was at a friend's house, yeah. And I did it. Easy had done it the night before. He wasn't there.
How'd you do it? Smoke it, snort it,
Or shot it.
shot it
Yeah.
by yourself?
And it didn't do anything to me, and I didn't do any more after that because it wasn't strong. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's gross. What's the point? It's not going to get you high. It's just going to make you feel stupid, or, I'm not going to do it anymore. And we had all been talking about stopping anyway, every one of us, because...
Let me ask you, when you do that stuff, does it make you paranoid or delusional or anything like that?
It makes me paranoid sometimes,
Okay.
but it makes everybody paranoid. But I never did before until I started doing easies.
Okay.
Once I started doing easy shit and being around easy is when I got this way.
Does it make you hear things?
And it makes me scared, and yeah, maybe. I don't know if it makes me hear things or if it's real. Because Nikki heard it too. And she lied and said that she didn't. So I don't know if it's just...
So were you high the day that this happened?
No.
The detectives confront Frances and ask her why she didn't run away when she knew she was no longer in danger. Frances claims that it was because she feared the outlaw gang and she wanted to make sure he was dead. This doesn't make much sense, because if he really was a part of a dangerous gang, there's a good chance that that gang would retaliate, regardless of whether he was dead or alive.
Because it sounds like I'm making shit up. It really does. It sounds like I'm a psychotic, paranoid, schizophrenic, drug addict that doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And that's exactly what it sounds like right now. And that's not the case at all. I've never been like this. Anybody that knew me before this knew that I was never like this.
Well, your sister-in-law said that.
Yeah, I've never been this way. I don't hurt people. I don't do these things. I'm always out to help people. I have an attitude problem. I might yell at you, but I'm never going to hurt you.
You have a temper?
Yeah, but I don't hurt people. But I don't hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a temper. I'm Italian. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to hurt nobody. You know, like I'll yell at you to the top of my lungs, but I'm never going to hurt somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? Not unless I feel like I need to, if I'm in danger.
After telling Frances that she was going to be charged with second-degree murder, they gave her a phone to call her family.
Yeah, I told her everything. I told her the whole thing. But that's not the point. It sells out like they still want to arrest me because they don't know why I didn't call the cops right away. And I told them because I was scared to death of the fucking outlaws. Like, I'm scared of the outlaws. What do they not understand? I'm scared to death of the outlaws and all that comes with it. And I am. I mean, they're part of the cops too. Then what the hell? How am I supposed to fucking know? You would think with the whole outlaw thing that they would like, I get it, like, and put us under witness protection, but instead they're gonna lock me up in a jail where Pensacola, it just makes no sense. Like, the outlaws, that ain't no joke. You yourself know this. Oh God. He was in my house. Why did it matter anyway? He threatened me in my house. Thought Florida meant that you couldn't do that anyway. If someone threatens you in your house, you can do whatever you want. Tell me I'm crazy. All kinds of shit. That I need help.
All right. Come on.
Frances pled guilty to the reduced charge of manslaughter, and she received 20 years in prison, followed by 10 years of probation. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case. Do you think that her actions were justified, or does she belong in jail? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.